What's up, guys? It's Black Templar 420. I'm doing an updated video because I rattled on too long in the other one and you guys complained about it, and I apologize for that. I have a tendency to do that and not get to the point. But here is V12 prints leaking issues solved to the point with an actual illustration, visuals to guide you through it, and so you can see what I'm actually talking about. So first thing you're going to want to do, guys, is on your Prince tank, you've got this gasket in here, this white rubber gasket. First thing you want to do is make sure that it's nice and tight, fits in here nice and clean. There's no rips, there's no tears, anything like that in there. And when you go to close your lid, you see how you get that right there? You see how the bottom lip is hitting the top lip? See, that's what you want. What you have to do in order to close it all the way is you actually have to press down on the top part and then rotate it. And what that means is that the top lid up here is making contact with that gasket, and that gasket is pushing up against this. So I'm dripping juice all over the place. So when that happens, that means that, like I said, it's pushing up against this top piece, and by pushing it down, you're actually compressing that gasket, getting a nice tight seal between these two portions right here. That's going to be able to keep it airtight and prevent your vacuum from breaking. If you're not getting that, if you're just able to open and close this lid here, without pressing down on it, that means you might want to check this gasket in here. It could be bad. Okay, next thing that I do, and it's up to you as well, is this red gasket right here on the top portion and on the bottom here. I replace these with the spares that come with your V12 Prince kit. Depending on what color you get, depends on, you're gonna have like a clear one and a red one, or you're gonna have a black one and a blue one. It kind of matches the color of your tank. So swap them with the ones that are in the package that are the extras. Swap those out. And it's easy to pull them out. You can just use like a pair of tweezers and just pull them, pop them off. The bottom one comes out a little bit easier. So swap those. Make sure that they also do not have any rips or tears in them anywhere. Make sure they're not deformed. Make sure they aren't stretched out too far. They have nice elasticity to them. So check those. Now here's the most important part. Your coil. Now this is the V12 Prince RBA, so it's not going to be your standard coil unless you're running it. Coil into the base first, always bottom to top. Always build from the bottom up. Take your coil, put it in your base, twist it, twist it, twist it, twist it until, and turn it as hard as you can until it will not stop. Right? You want it in there all the way until you can't turn it anymore. Okay? That's the most important part of stopping the leaking issues. What you're doing is you're making sure that, you noticed how there's that rubber gasket around the bottom of your coil. You're making sure that that gasket is making full contact on the inside of your base. You're making sure it's fully compressed, it's making full contact, and there's no air coming through, there's no gaps, there's no spaces, because that's the problem with these tanks. Is from the factory, they build it top down and then connect the coil to the base. Why, I don't know. And then in the instructions, it tells you to build bottom up, but from the factory, they build top down. And you'll notice when we get to this last part why that's a problem. So you got your base on, nice and tight, can't turn it anymore. Good to go there. Next, take your glass, put your glass, it's a little bit tough. You might have to twist in order to get it on all the way. There you go. Twist your glass on to the top, like that. Now, put your coil in, press down from the top, make sure it catches those threads. Twist, twist, twist until it won't twist anymore. There you go. Now you'll notice up here between the top of the coil and the bottom of the chimney, there is a slight gap. That gap will not go away if you build it from the bottom to the top. I don't know why, it just won't. You're not going to get anything leaking from there because there's a rubber gasket around the base of the chimney that seals that up. The problem being, though, is from the factory that gap isn't there because they build it from the top down, which means that that gap, instead of being there, is down here at the bottom. And that's what's mostly causing your leaking issues, is because it's not fully sealed at the bottom. Your juice is draining out the bottom there, and that's where you're getting your leaking issues from. If you build it this way, I'm pretty sure that you won't have a problem. Now, I've had a couple people that have said it hasn't worked. And you know what? It's not going to work 100% for everybody, but it should work for most of you. If it does, write in the comments, let me know. I appreciate it. Pass it along, help other people out. All right, guys, until next time, Black Templar 420 out.